Okay, new title sequence. If you've watched any of my other videos about Doctor Who, or if you read my blog, then you probably know that my biggest complaint about the title sequence has been that it did not contain the Doctor's face. I don't see why such a tradition was omitted. It was a staple for the title sequence from the end of the Troughton era up until the last story with McCoy in 1989. Nevertheless, the title sequence has been reworked, and for once it doesn't look like a roller coaster ride through a vortex. Perhaps most striking of all is that it actually contains the likeness of Matt Smith in it instead of just his name and some fancy text. Now, before I say anything else, I just want to say, as a fan of the original series, that I was relatively pleased with the new title sequence. To me, it looked like an attempt to blend elements from all previous sequences into one. But listen, why try to recreate the Howl-Around effect with CGI? Just point a fucking camera at a monitor. At the risk of sounding like I can't be pleased, I am a little disappointed that the Doctor's face is so vague. Here's a screenshot from the new sequence. As you can see, the nebula roughly forms the Doctor's face. Now here's a shot from the Tom Baker sequence in the early 70s. As you can see, it's quite clear who this is. No pun intended. Here's Peter Davison from the 80s, the 5th Doctor, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy. It's very distinguishable, and the face is an intricate part of the... I'll leave it at that. All I'm saying is that I was expecting something a little more distinct, like in the original series. But hey, it's a start. Still have the actors' names in the title sequence though. I don't know, that must be some requirement for television shows now. Moffat, if it's not a requirement, get rid of it. None of the original series sequences had it. You credit the actors in the end titles. So why do we need to see their names twice? Now, the theme was supposed to get reworked by Murray Gold. Again. For this part, I am definitely disappointed. It doesn't even sound that different from Series 5 and 6. It's not really a rearrangement. He just tweaked it a little, about what he did in Series 4. I've said this before, I do not like this overwhelming, drowning, droning percussion that drowns out the bass line in the first opening seconds of the theme. In 1980, Peter Howell rearranged the theme. Now let's listen to the opening bass line from Peter Howell's mix. Now here's Murray Gold's bass line from Series 5 and 6. Someone explain this paradox to me. The BBC is all about saving money, yes? So why the fuck does Murray Gold get an entire orchestra for the music when Peter Howell slaved over a single keyboard in the radiophonic workshop in the 80s? Listen, Murray Gold, the Doctor Who theme has been rearranged by many artists throughout the years. Delia Derbyshire, Peter Howell, Dominic Glenn, Kev McAuliffe, and they all use different instruments to emulate the theme. But none of them added music to it. They added some sound effects, but they didn't add any music to it. So in conclusion, probably the best title sequence we've had since 2005, but by no means anything close to being as original and creative as the original series.